Hey there, friends. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into some truly mystical stories from Great Britain. There's something magical about the folklore and mythologies of this place. They connect us to a time where legends roamed free and the supernatural felt just a whisper away. First up, we can't talk about mystical Britain without mentioning the legendary King Arthur. That dashing king who ruled from Camelot? Legend has it, he pulled the sword Excalibur from a stone, proving he was meant to be king. And let's not forget about his trusty Knights of the Round Table, a group of brave souls who went on epic quests seeking adventure and the Holy Grail. Arthur's tale is filled with magic, especially with the powerful wizard Merlin by his side. Think about it, quests for glory, enchanted swords, and a castle that's almost too legendary to believe. These stories have been woven into the fabric of British culture for centuries, inspiring countless adaptations in literature and film. Next, let's talk about the Green Man. Ever seen those quirky faces hidden in tree trunks or on old cathedrals? That's the Green Man. He's a symbol of nature, rebirth, and the cycle of life, often depicted with lush leaves and branches. The Green Man reminds us of our deep connection to the earth, and his image pops up in art, architecture, and even modern festivals. This ancient figure is celebrated for representing the great outdoors, and many believe he symbolizes not just nature, but the rejuvenation that comes with each season. So next time you're wandering through a forest, keep an eye out. Who knows, you might just catch a glimpse of the Green Man himself. Now, let's sprinkle in a bit of fairy magic. The fairy faith is rich and vibrant across Britain, especially in places like Scotland and Wales. The fairies, or the Aos See in Celtic tradition, aren't your typical Disney characters. They're much more complex and often have a mischievous side. From enchanting landscapes like the fairy pools on the Isle of Skye to stories of encounters with these woodland tricksters, it's a fascinating world. People have long believed in the power of fairies, with tales of humans stumbling into their realms, sometimes leading to unexpected adventures or even misfortune. So, if you're wandering through the moors or glens, just remember, tread lightly and respect the fairy folk. Now, this one might surprise you. While the Headless Horseman is famously known from American tales, it actually has roots in British folklore too. The legend of the Dullahan, a headless horseman who roams the countryside demanding souls, inspired many similar stories. This ghostly figure embodies fears about death and the unknown. Over the years, the story evolved, becoming a popular character in books and films. So the next time you hear about a headless rider galloping through the night, think about how those eerie tales connect to our own myths. Scary, right? Speaking of eerie tales, how about the woman in white? This ghostly figure appears in numerous stories across Britain, often depicted as a woman dressed in white, roaming lonely roads, usually signaling some kind of tragedy. There have been many sightings, and while some see her as a harbinger of doom, others believe she's searching for something lost. These stories reflect deep themes of loss, love, and longing, giving a haunting quality to the landscapes they inhabit. Whether you find them chilling or simply sad, the woman in white is a timeless figure in Britain's ghostly lore. And who can forget Stonehenge? This iconic site has mystified people for centuries. Built over 4,000 years ago, its purpose is still a topic of debate. Some say it was a burial ground, while others believe it served as an ancient observatory. Many mystical theories suggest ties to druidic rituals or even astronomical alignments. Standing stones and their ancient energy pique the imagination. What were those early Britons thinking? What secrets does Stonehenge still hold? It certainly inspires a sense of wonder and curiosity among visitors who come to speculate and marvel at its presence. Let's shift gears a bit and talk about the banshee. Known mostly in Irish folklore, this wailing spirit is a harbinger of deaths among the families of the Gaelic nobility. While maybe not traditionally British, the fascination with banshees and similar spirits has crept into British tales over the years. They remind us of our mortality and the thin veil between life and the afterlife. They have left their mark on cultural narratives, even influencing horror genres in literature and film. Last but not least, let's venture to the infamous Tower of London. With its dark past filled with imprisonment and execution, it's no wonder the tower is said to be haunted. Iconic figures like Anne Boleyn and Lady Jane Grey have been spotted, sometimes roaming the grounds, sometimes appearing in vision. Their stories resonate with themes of betrayal and sacrifice, contributing to the tower's eerie charm. Many brave souls still visit to hear ghostly tales that intertwine the history of Britain with its spectral legends. And there you have it, a whirlwind tour of some of Great Britain's most mystical stories. Whether it's about legendary kings, enchanting fairies, or ghostly figures, these tales shape our understanding of culture and history. If you've got your own mystical encounter or favorite story to share, drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts.